Welcome to the second season of
TENG
Insider,
where we dig the inside scoops and stories from Singaporean musicians as well as Singaporean artists.
Coming to you from the Singapore Chinese Cultural Centre Auditorium, and today we are honoured to have with us Gabriel Hoe.
Gabriel Hoe is our TENG Ensemble's keyboardist as well as pianist. He is super tall, super good looking, and super talented. Find out what we have in store for him later.
Stay with us. Welcome, Gabriel, to our brand new set.
You like it?
You like it?
Yeah, I love it. I recognize some of the
props, right? For our audience who have been following the TENG Ensemble's music videos, Gabriel is definitely someone very familiar. He's our keyboardist and pianist in the TENG Ensemble.
Yeah, and he's super good looking to boot. I had a lot of friends who actually came to our concerts and said that Gabriel is actually the best looking one.
It's him and the guitarist Leo, the curly hair boy.
Recently, he's got curly hair, a bit like Maggie Me like that.
Yeah, they are known as the two top pillars of the TENG Ensemble on the stage right.
Yeah, especially compared to me, right? Because I'm so short compared to the few of them.
Thanks for joining us on today's
most
episode.
welcome.
Yeah,
Happy
we
to
would
be
like to
here.
really ask you some questions.
Yeah, we're going to ask you very difficult questions.
Okay, actually not very difficult. Okay, here's the first question I have for
Easy
you.
one first.
Yeah,
easy one. Sure.
When do you start learning the piano?
Piano was 4, I think. I can't remember, but at least what my parents tell me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I started off in Yamaha Music School. Yeah, and then really grew up from there. Really couple of, maybe good 8 to 10 years there.
So when did you decide to get a bit more serious? As in, rather, when did the piano actually become something a lot more serious to you?
Well, I think the real serious part will be, I think, sometime in secondary school. This is also another story that my parents recount to me, saying that there was once, I think I come back from school and we're like, telling them, no, mom and dad, I had it. I'm not going to be using all these things that I learned in school, all the subjects in the future. Why am I still even studying this? So
You're very brave.
I wanted to do music lah. So then my parents like, okay, we take some time to think, we discuss, we talk to you again. So they discuss, they come back, and then they say like, okay, sure, you finish your levels first, then we talk about it.
Did somebody inspire you to think this way?
No way, actually.
Was there a role model that you look up to when you were learning the piano? That's why you wanted to do this?
Not so much really. I think it kind of, fortunately enough for me, I think it was more of like a natural progression. Like I was very drawn to music. My parents gave me the opportunity. Also, fortunately, thanks to their support.
Actually, I want to ask a very difficult question.
Sure.
When do you know if you were any good? because honestly, I must say there are a lot of people who are very delusional and say, "Oh, we can do music."
No, not to say Gabriel's not good. Gabriel's very good. We must
But how
clarify.
did you know? Yeah, how did you know you were any good? Or when did you know you were any good?
That's a very good question, actually. I don't think I've actually thought whether I was any good or not. I just kept trying.
And you were just so
Yeah.
daring to say that this was going to be your life and this is
Yeah.
going to be something that you're going to pursue as a career.
Yeah, somehow, like, it's just something I liked very much, so I just wanted to do it. Just want to try and see where this would go. I think
Right.
somehow, I think this was kind of how I kind of path my life. It's just something that I love doing, I would just do.
Yeah. And after all these years, what are some of the milestones that you find that are important to you?
Milestones, I guess, would be really the whole journey and like the breaks lah. I guess the breaks into the industry. I think the first big break into the industry was also thanks to one of my lecturers in Singapore Poly in the now defunct diploma music and audio technology.
Oh.
So basically got my first footing in with the Singapore Symphony Children's Choir. That was like 2012, I think. It
And
was
you were
almost 10
accompanied
years.
then at a period of time.
Yeah.
And how old were you then?
Well, that was sometime in poly, so probably.
Wow, that's very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
that's
very
like
young accompanist.
19,
And to be chosen for such an important role, that's amazing.
Yeah, they were saying that they just really threw me to the deep end and just try it out. And thankfully, I was able to hold on. And I guess that's why things started to come in from there.
You're still currently the accompanist for Singapore Symphony Children's Choir,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's right.
Ah.
This is many
Wow,
years.
got long
Yeah.
service award there.
Did they increase your salary?
Okay, bit by bit lah. They've been trying very hard to
No, but when you accompany for the children choirs,
Yes.
and then when you start going there, play the piano with your blue hair, green hair, red hair, Gabriel is always coloring his hair, and I find his hair really funky.
Yeah,
and
I
really
told Gabriel
colourful.
that I really wanted to bleach my hair. But then I just can't do it because I actually put my hair straight, you see.
Yeah, so the children look at you like, who's this
Yeah.
girl with all the colourful hair?
Exactly.
Sometimes they'll be curious and you come over like, hey, what do you do to your hair?
I remember when Gabriel did a photo shoot with Teng,
Yes.
he came one time and his hair was blue.
Yeah.
The whole hair was blue. Do you remember we had to go and spray it black?
Yes, that was the very first
Yeah,
time.
then we had to,
Or
because
was it red? I think it was really, really
was
bright
it
red.
red?
Pink
Yeah.
colour, I think.
No, I haven't done pink.
Not pink,
no,
ah.
not pink.
But I remember you
Maybe
had pink hair
bright
before
red,
too.
yeah.
Bright red.
Yeah.
What's your next color for your hair?
Not sure lah.
Hey, stick to music questions.
Stay tuned for the next color.
Stay tuned for the next hair colour.
In the next music video.
So with Teng, you work with a lot of cross-genre, cross-cultural type collaborations, So what are your favorite collabs so far with Teng?
Actually, I would say every video is very special because each one is, has its own different music, different people that you collab with and everything. And I think that's what I like about Teng because it's really a real rojak, a nice fusion of East and West. And I would say, it's a real treat as from a Western point of view to actually to really be up close and personal with and working together with the Chinese music. And it's not something you usually hear in your usual Western music making.
Yeah.
So it's really very interesting.
I must
really
say
love
it's also
the
similar.
process,
I think
yeah.
it's similar. Every time we see you play, or every time I see him
Yeah.
play, I always feel very moved because you
Yes,
really
yes,
pour,
yes.
you really
Yes.
pour your whole identity, into your
No,
performance. as
I
well.
don't know if Sam realized Gabriel is a very musical person.
Yeah.
So, there are a lot of musicians out there, and some are really very musical, the people that I've seen, and Gabriel is one of them. But when he plays the passages, sometimes when I hear him play, and when I use my sheng and I respond to his playing, I feel very touched by his playing.
Yeah, he's got a very good sense of phrasing.
Yes,
His
that's right.
musicality is actually very, very strong, And does this come naturally to you, or is it something that you actually think a lot
Yeah.
about?
I think more like it's more thought through. Yeah, it was more thought through. Because I think, when you're young.
Or because I know Ziwei for ages now, he doesn't think very much. He just feels it and he just goes directly.
Yeah,
there.
but for the younger audience, perhaps who are learning the piano, what can you share with them when it comes to interpreting a phrase of music, for example?
see.
How do you approach?
I think you have to go through life first.
You said you are very
I think it's really, really true. Like, you can even see in competitions and stuff, you can tell which is fake, which is not. Like, not even competitions, like just performances. You can see people just doing this.
You mean like the
without
choreographed
actually-
kind of
Yes,
movement?
yeah.
Oh,
Are you talking about SYF?
no, not as
Everybody's keeping very quiet.
like the choreographed movements lah.
Yeah, so I think it really needs some life experiences. And I think I'm pretty sure all of you also have agree the same. Yeah, it's through that you can actually really just be in tune with the music and know how to really just bring out that line.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe when you're young, maybe for the younger audiences watching this, maybe the teachers can tell you like, okay, maybe this one you can start softer, then this part you maybe can make it more smooth, this part here, that. But I mean, it's all very engineered.
Yeah.
You become very choreographed, as you say.
That's
So-
right. That's right.
So I think need to live life lah.
But there's actually a secret that a lot of people don't know is that Gabriel don't only play the piano.
Yeah.
Right. Ah. So what do you play? Other than
I
the
also
piano.
do play the trumpet as well.
How do you get acquainted with the trumpet again?
Secondary school band. That's where I started from.
He's actually a pretty good trumpeter.
Oh, really?
Okay lah, okay lah.
Ah, what are your accolades? Come, share.
He was an SAF band.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Means your past status is not A and B. Right?
I don't be so mean.
SAF band.
Yeah, SAF
Oh, I
band is
didn't
okay.
know.
Yeah, he was an SAF band.
So you go back for reservist at the band as well.
reservist, yeah.
Wow, multi-talented.
And you know,
this
in
person.
Yongsi-To Conservatory, where you're accompanist right now, you accompany the
The
trumpet studio.
Fortunately enough, yes.
So you are so familiar with the breath control, what they need to do,
exactly,
and then you
very
can just work accordingly.
Correct, yeah. That's
right.
It makes
Really enjoy
perfect sense, where you actually accompany the trumpet studio.
Yeah. Are you going to feature him on the trumpet? Then the sheng can retire.
I'm sure can retire. You can think about it. Don't think about retiring so soon. Now, you have very wildly popular shows, and I think a lot of the audience don't actually know this, but Gabriel actually performs very widely in this series of shows called Candlelight. So can you tell us a little bit more about your candlelight shows and what you actually do in them?
Well, basically, so these candlelight shows are like, it can be in any environment actually, but it's live music with being bathed in candlelight. So you're literally just being immersed
Are
into
the candles real?
Candles are not real, LED. Yeah.
Oh, battery operated.
Battery
The
operated.
one with the one with the
flicker
flame,
thing,
yeah.
the IKEA kind of.
okay.
But what's the idea behind it? Why candles?
Oh, I think you have to be in it to really.
It's the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
the atmosphere.
Do they actually even have
ambience.
any natural, any spotlights or anything?
No, actually they-
it's purely all candlelight.
They specified it to be low light setting, and they really just want it to be lighted as much as by the candles.
So even the audiences are all surrounded by candles, or only the stage?
Yes, even the audience as well. So like they will really just line at least 1,000 candles in the venue.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, as you said, it's LED, but the when you're actually in it, you can really it transforms the whole entire place.
And
It's
what
the
kind of,
atmosphere,
Yeah.
right?
I said, what kind of genre and what kind of music that you play at these candlelight
Yeah.
concerts?
You mean myself or like for the whole entire?
For yourself?
Right now, for myself, I'm actually doing movie soundtracks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think that's.
I mean,
definitely
Candlelight
one.
is a whole entire series of concerts. There are so many. There are a lot of other pianists who also are involved in it as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to do Beethoven, like classical music, and then now I'm doing movie soundtracks, and there's even Ed Sheeran also, and like there's a whole range lah. And not just piano solos, or even string quartet and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. I think thank you so much for sharing so much with us. I think it's the first time we've actually sat down and have such a decent
Yeah, I
conversation.
never
with you.
really.
It's always about
like
tongue
you
music.
you didn't know he played the trumpet.
Yeah, so of course, since he's here today,
We should get him to play.
of course, right? How can we let him off?
Exactly. So you should play something for us. What do you think you can play for us today?
So today I'll be playing Final Fantasy VII's battle theme, Those Who Fight. Yeah.
Well, Gabriel Hoe.
Wow, 帅呆了.
That was an amazing performance, Gabriel. Amazing as usual.
Wow.
不愧是腾的 pianist.
Now let's move on to the game segment. Our producers have prepared a list of songs for Gabriel to play, and we are supposed
So both of us are supposed to
to guess the
guess.
songs. I hope I I hope I can guess the songs that he's playing.
I think I'll probably get this quite bad. I'll
Play
do
properly,
quite bad. Quite bad. I'll do definitely quite badly.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so whenever you all know the answer, just scream out, okay?
Okay.
So I
Don't
can
worry,
do-
Ji Wei and I hyper competitive.
okay.
No bells this time. Ding, ding, ding.
So yeah, I hear the word, you just
Okay,
get a point.
okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Round 1. Fight.
Ghibli. Because I produced the video, one of the videos.
So unfair.
Or should I make it harder?
Actually, I didn't get it because I was like, me and my trick again.
Rubbish lah, you conductor neuron.
Okay, so first point goes to Sam.
Yay!
Okay, next one.
We've
next
been
one.
hyper competitive since young.
Next one.
You don't know. Rubbish.
It's a Japanese song. It's a piano piece. That means I win already. What? Anything related to
What's
it?
the category?
Oh, anime piece. Split away.
No.
What's this?
Oh, this is a Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. This is a
Super
Final
Mario,
Fantasy.
Actually, that's less close. So what's that one?
Isn't that the flag? The
No, they ruined. Ji Wei, you're super out of it, okay?
It's okay.
Never mind.
Same feeling.
Never mind,
So it's
never mind.
2-0.
Yeah,
2-0.
you are still 0. Okay, move on.
Okay.
There's a reason why I'm creative director, okay?
This game is so unfair.
Okay, next one.
Beauty and the Beast.
All right, 1 point
How
goes
can
to
you not know this?
No, this is your era, ma.
Emotional, damn it. Yeah, I'm not losing.
Okay, next
You're
one.
still losing lah. It's 2-1.
One.
Yeah, 1 only.
Okay, next one.
Fine answer.
I didn't play everything.
Because this song, that time we had to film in a warehouse, then with all the rustic looking face makeup. and everything.
Okay, I was
Fire
about
dance.
to get
Dun,
that.
dun, dun,
I just,
dun, 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 dun.
yeah, okay.
Well, that's an old classic tongue piece. Almost forgot about it. One of our earliest pieces.
Hey, this is 2-2 eh.
I'm gonna win this.
Oh.
If he continues playing tongue song, I'm gonna win this.
Okay, next one. Get ready. This one very fast.
I know, part of your world. I know.
again! Wait,
This is Little Mermaid.
what's part of the world?
Part
Part of your world lah, it's from Little Mermaid lah, Disney lah.
Oh, Disney medley.
No, it's a Disney song.
I thought from a Disney medley.
No, it's not from Disney.
Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Okay.
Well, thank
Wow,
you.
this was quite close.
This was quite close. Well,
was
so
quite
we've
close.
come to the end of this episode's TENG Insider. We hope you enjoyed our content.
Yeah, and we actually are very, very thankful for Gabriel for actually being our special interviewee today and being grilled by us as well.
Yeah, and for sharing with us so many inside stories. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow our TENG Ensemble videos. See you next time. Bye.